Do I say something to my friends who are married to other people or stay silent? May 14th, 2024. Throwaway account. Background. This isn't about my marriage, but two friends of mine married to other people. I do not have a relationship with either of their spouses. I have two friends, former co-workers, who are married to other people. We're a pod of three and good friends. I am recently married, and they are at the small children phase of their marriage, so they have a lot of advice. In March, went to a work happy hour with them, with other colleagues around, and I caught them holding hands under a high-top bar table twice. I also noticed that left and came back together several times throughout the night. I obviously put two and two together, and to say I was shocked is an understatement. Since then, I've just noticed a lot of things to make me go, referencing holding hands at a bar, mentioning they are in the car together a lot, etc. We all went to a colleague's house recently. It was only 8 of us there. It was a shoes-off house. I caught him holding her foot with both of his feet under the dining table about 3 times, while she's talking to the table about wanting to have another baby with her husband. They were just sitting very close to each other on the couch later in the evening. Obviously, at this point, I am convinced something is going on. I've felt a range of emotions since the first discovery. I am conflicted if I say something to the effect of, people are noticing. I don't want any negative consequences for either of you. I do not want to have the, what are you doing? Think of your spouses, talk with them because they're adults and know the risks. Or, do I stay quiet? But every time I see secret PDA, it's like taking an emotional bullet, and I get very upset on the inside, which is not good for my mental health. I can't cut off this friendship because the work situation is intricate, too long to explain. I am afraid if I say something, I'll lose the friendship. You can say this is none of my business, but they're my friends, and every time I catch them, I feel more and more entangled in this. Finally, the thing I truly can't reconcile is, am I truly their friend? Or do they look at me as this like idiot third wheel buffer they keep around because I have no idea what's going on? Please advise, because this is truly ripping me apart. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, tell everyone, this kind of B behavior is currently tearing my family apart, and I would have given anything if one of my wife's friends had mentioned something 11 months ago. I found out a week before our 20th anniversary that my wife had been cheating on me for a year with the former subordinate co-worker. Over the course of that year, I spent way too much time and emotional energy trying to fix my marriage, months in couples therapy, begging my wife to come home and spend time with the family and me, and all the while she had a boyfriend that either she kept secret from everyone or nobody told me about. It's just like terrorism. If you see something, say something OP. The thought has definitely, but very briefly, crossed my mind to find their spouses on IG, message them, and tell them what I know. But another colleague that I trust 100%, I confided in, advised me that it is not my place to ruin their marriages. One of their spouses came to my wedding, but that's about it. I'm conflicted on the who do I tell, if I do, aspect. Commenter 2, create anonymous account on socials and tell both spouses, nothing that can be tracked back to you, so that you're not affected on a professional level, since you mentioned they're part of your network. If they ever ask if it was you, use the fact that they never told you to your advantage and play dumb. For instance, what do you mean if I told I didn't know there was anything to tell? OP, I don't work with them anymore, but too risky. They could try to ruin my career back in retaliation. They know where my new workplace is. I also have the trusted colleague who I told, so this isn't 100% I don't know. Commenter 3, they are using you to hide the affair. I would doubt the friendship. Every time they meet up, they're gonna include you into the plans, so that it doesn't look suspicious to their spouses. I would refuse to be used for immoral reasons like this. OP, they spend time together without me. They frame it to me as they're going to Starbucks or wherever during their lunch hour, but since I have context, I definitely think they are like making out in their cars off campus. I actually don't work at that job anymore for a complicated reason, nothing to do with them. They don't need me to make it look less obvious. They tell me information, and they think it will go over my head, and it doesn't. Two married friends are having an affair with each other. Can I realistically gently confront one or both of them about it and not blow up the friendship? June 10th, 2024. Background. Throwaway account. I posted about how I thought my married friends were having an affair a few weeks ago, but deleted it because the post was getting a lot of traction. I went from thinking it was 85% true to 1000% true due to their sloppiness in front of others, holding hands and playing footsie under tables, touching, general flirting. These two married friends are former co-workers. They are still at workplace. I am not. We are a pod of 3 close friends, male, female, and me also female. We see each other every 2-3 months since I left my job, but that's just due to balancing demands of life, adult friendships. We speak, text, frequently. My other friends who also work there have seen things to indicate affair, but only I have seen the obvious stuff that confirms it. This is sort of a poorly kept secret at this point. We're confident they're banging. The female AP talks about having another baby with her spouse. This brings another level of concern to me personally. I'm not a lecturer, and I don't tell people what to do. They're adults, and they know the risks. The stakes are very high for them. Small children, mortgages, working in a job field where getting caught would be extra bad. I still care for them and friends, and therefore, I just want to gently say to them, or one, probably the female, that I'm approaching them as a friend who cares and isn't here to judge, even though I am, and that it's obvious what's going on, and I don't want to see this blow up in their face, people get hurt. I am open to other wording suggestions. I also go back and forth on just 100% blowing everything up and going to their spouses, although I have no photo-video proof. Can I realistically kiss this friendship goodbye if I approach one or both them? We don't have the workplace in common anymore, so we're at this point just friends because we like each other. They were both there for me during a very difficult time last year, so I'm having a hard time coming to grips with this. Nobody else I'm friends with in this workplace wants to approach them, obviously, because they still have to work with them. Final-ish. Update on my friends who are having an affair with each other, July 28, 2024. Hi, everyone. I made a post a few weeks ago about my two married friends, colleagues, who I caught holding hands and being affectionate under tables at work happy hours. IDK what happened to the post. I probably deleted it. This is a throwaway account. But here is a final update. I once again need some guidance. So after reading your comments, talking to a mutual friend, Linda, and thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that my friends, let's call them Bob and Sarah, were DF having an affair, and that I would approach Sarah in a gentle way first when the time was right. Meanwhile, another co-worker/friend of mine, Linda, called me a few weeks ago to tell me that there were rumors swirling in her department about Bob and Sarah's affair at work. Linda approached Sarah about these rumors, and she denied them, saying that they are just friends who are close, and that she shouldn't have to stop being friends with someone just because they're both married and of the opposite sex. Sarah also referenced that if I, OP, was still working in the same department with them, these rumors wouldn't even be happening, since we were a clique of three. Linda and I didn't know what to think of Sarah's denial of these rumors. A few days before Linda confronts Sarah, Sarah happens to group texted Bob and I saying she wanted to hang out the three of us and was very enthusiastic about us getting together. Mind you, she doesn't know that I know that she wanted to hang out during a happy hour outing in their department that they were probably trying to avoid. I agree to meet them. I'm nervous. IDK what's going to go down, or if they are going to tell me about their affair. We meet at a diner, and I don't see anything flirty going on. We're there for over an hour, and I probably asked them 3 ways to Sunday how work is going, and they mentioned nothing about these rumors. Finally, after an hour and a half, Sarah starts talking about the rumors going on about her and Bob. I'm trying to play dumb, but I finally break down and start crying in front of them, saying that, look, I don't care what you are doing. I just want to know what's going on. Do I care? Yes, but I needed some clarity at that point. They swear up they aren't having an affair. I recap all the specific example of things I have seen, hand-holding footsie under tables, and they both claim they were either drunk or they don't remember. And I believe them, because I'm not exactly dealing with expert liars or gaslighters, and I did press them. Sarah and Bob then go on to explain that they don't even have time to have an affair since they have young children to pick up, look after when work ends, and how since we are so close, a clique of three, they would tell me if something was going on. She goes on to explain that her husband tracks her location, which I knew already, and has access to her bank account, so he would know if she was stepping out or spending money on hotels, etc. In addition, Bob happened to show us a nasty scar on his chest from childhood, and Sarah had genuinely never seen it before. That kind of confirmed for me there was nothing going on too. I asked them if they would tell their spouses about these rumors going around, just as a heads up, because you never know what crazy people at work would try to contact their spouse, and they both said they wouldn't, because it would just create problems at home over nothing. If it me, I would tell my wife, but whatever. I truly walked away from that hangout sesh thinking they weren't having an affair. Are we close, affectionate friends that talk about everything? Sure, okay. Are they dipping their toes in the boundary pool? Maybe. But now, I don't know what to do with what I saw. I know they are telling me the truth, but I can't let go of what I saw. I mean, when I saw them playing footsie under the table, it lingered. It wasn't in a teasing as friends engagement, and I don't know how to bring it up to them again without making it obvious that I'm still thinking about this, because we've hung out since then, and it's been totally normal, and I haven't seen anything else. Is this my brain telling me I don't believe them? Relevant comments. Commenter. Most likely they are having an affair, OP. Most likely just trying to figure out how to confront them and be like, hey, I know I said I believed you, but commenter, you just did confront them and they gaslighted you. OP. I told them I noticed some things that had nothing to do with rumors flying around. I gave examples of what I saw and made her act it out with Mr. sort of to be crystal clear. They told me they were drunk and don't remember holding hands and just simply don't remember playing footsie under table, even though they were dead sober. Then I asked them, then justify to me what I saw then. I think their explanation is wearing off, or these two just don't understand boundaries in a marriage. She also gave me the old, my husband knows all about Bob. I'm 15 weeks pregnant with our poly family's second baby, and here I am thinking of running away from the family that we've created. Married for 9 years, me and my husband have been doing the polyamory thing for 4 years now. This started when my husband confessed to having feelings for one of our mutual friends. He really sold me on the idea of a poly triad, and we started living together. My family disapproved and stopped visiting us. That hurt, but things were okay. I did struggle with some jealousy issues, although I told my husband that I was open to dating someone new and bringing the new person into our fold. In reality, I wasn't wasn't ready at all. The guys I liked quickly distanced themselves romantically as soon they heard that I was a married female in a non-monogamous relationship. It was hard. As for the guys who were okay with my situation and pursued me, I wasn't attracted to them. Things changed in 2017 when my husband's girlfriend became pregnant with my husband's first child. I love the kid. I really do. She calls me mama and loves me a lot. Right around the same time, my company promoted me. I went from working 4 hours a day to essentially living 4 months out of my state. I immersed myself in my work, and in 2019, my husband talked about having one of our own to complete the family. Fast forward to June 2020, I find out I'm pregnant, and we are having a boy. We had a big gender reveal and everything. The kiddo knows that she's getting a baby brother. I'm currently 15 weeks along, and 2 nights ago, my company offered me a permanent position in the new city. Because of COVID, they had to lay off many people, and they now need more people in leadership roles. From a career standpoint, it would be foolish of me if I let this opportunity go. But if I do that, it would break my family apart. Right now, my husband and his girlfriend are working on the baby room, and I'm here sitting conflicted. I'm really tempted to take up the job offer and run away from the life that we've created. I'm also secretly contemplating an abortion. My friend thinks that I should take up the offer. He thinks I'm unhappy with my life and that a change would do me good. I would be working with him if I take up the offer. I have friends in that city, so I know that I wouldn't be alone. I'm really stressed out thinking about it. What do I do? Commenter asks, this whole situation stems from the fact that you became poly under duress by nature of your cheating husband. You don't become poly because you have someone else lined up already. All these people telling you to just work it out fail to see that you were coerced into this situation. I'm baffled why you let it go on so long, especially since you didn't have a kid together. But I suppose it is your visceral desire for stability. I would get an abortion and go create a life you actually enjoy instead of this day-to-day, colorless life of acceptance you've tolerated for way too long. OOP comments. This was blunt, and maybe the honest response that I needed. My husband and his girlfriend swear that they didn't start a romantic relationship until I was fully in the loop of things. But to be really honest, I don't know. Maybe they did start out by cheating. But that ship has sailed, and I accepted the situation. So looking back on that won't help my situation, but I do feel that I need a fresh start now, away from the mundane life that I have. 15 weeks pregnant, I'm getting an abortion next week and moving on from my poly family. I made a post a few days ago about being conflicted with a new job offer and an existing pregnancy. Just thought I'd share it here first. Last night I accepted the job offer and I'm getting an abortion next week. My friend is helping me every step of the way. I'll be filing for divorce in a week or two. I've had great years with my poly family and my husband, and now it's time for me to make the jump and dive into the unknown. Thanks to all the people who sent me supportive PMS and helped me make my decision. And yes, I did talk to a therapist via Zoom. That session helped me clear my head in a way that I hadn't felt before. And no, I haven't talked to my husband. I will talk to him after I actually get the abortion procedure done. I'm really focused at this moment and don't want conflicting opinions to derail my journey. So I will talk to him after it's all done. Thank you. OP comment. I'm not poly. My husband became poly a couple of years into our marriage when he fell in love with a mutual friend, and I went along with it because I wanted to please my husband, and I was afraid of our marriage breaking up. He was, and is, my only partner, and I was terrified to losing him. Clearly, that was a mistake, and it built a lot of resentment inside me over the years, which I couldn't understand or justify to myself. I finally aborted my 15-week pregnancy, and I'm ending my polyamorous marriage. I moved out this Wednesday. If you check my post history, you would know what I'm talking about. Just an update for the people who reached out to me. I did get an abortion last week on Friday. I finally told him this week on Wednesday. I'd never seen him so broken. It broke my heart to see him cry, but I had to do it. His girlfriend hugged me. Little kiddo hugged me and bid me goodbye. My husband refused to talk to me. I'm waiting for him to reach out. I'm giving him space right now. I'm at peace and I don't regret my decision. With this, I'm bidding my poly lifestyle a final goodbye. Thanks to all the people here who supported me.